We are here. Not the experts in the building. I'm Titus. Levi's in the building. Levi, what's up?
Just living it, man. What's up with you?
I feel you, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. This is two recordings about basketball in like a month span. So this new era,
Records. We're
this is
setting records.
not the experts era, boy. They not they not ready for the experts era. I'm trying to tell you, they're not ready for the new era.
No.
Free agency is in full swing. Last time we talked, did we have the last time we talked we had the Warriors losing the championship, basically? Like we kind of thought they were gonna lose. That's what happened.
I actually picked the Warriors, which I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. But
I
I mean, Klay
said,
Thompson was alive. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
That's when Clay
he
was
had two
alive.
knees. He had two knees. Two
Yeah,
up.
I didn't believe what I was saying, but I was just saying it.
You were
I
saying
had
it for the
Warriors in
yeah.
seven, but
I
I didn't really
understand.
believe it.
I understand. Low key, if it would have gone seven, I may have had them winning. If
Yeah,
if Clay was there, Clay
yeah,
wasn't there. You know, they probably would have smoked him in game seven. But
agreed.
yeah. I think they would have had a little mental advantage there, kind of like what the Cavs did to them that one time. They just had them shook in the
Yeah,
head.
yeah. It's all about. I mean, that's what we talked about in the last one. It's just pretty
Right,
much all. It's all mental, and basketball, along with a lot of sports like football, it's all a game of momentum.
right. Well, here we are at free agency. Somehow, meeting started at 6, and people were signed by 5:53.
Yep.
Without having any meetings. I can't imagine how much trust they put in those guys to not have any meetings and just sign with their teams. Like the level
Yeah,
of trust is crazy.
it's crazy. Everybody was able to do it so efficiently and in a NBA legal manner. It's
Mhm.
crazy. Like it's hard to imagine that there was no tampering going on.
None. No tampering at all. No one spoke to anyone before 6 o'clock.
Nope.
The
It's all
deals just happened.
telekinesis
That's
or
right.
yeah, it's telepathic.
Yep. Yep. But bruh, Sunday got crazy. Oh my God. It got so ridiculous so fast.
0 to 100 real quick.
like, like I'm used to the I was like, man, why are they starting at midnight? I like the midnight start. But then I'm like, nah, we need the full day for this. We need the full afternoon to take this one. I'm good. Because
Did you
this was a lot.
did you see on that little special? Brian Windhorst said straight up because they made that reference talking about midnight and 6 o'clock. And
Yeah.
Brian Windhorst, he had gotten a little heated. He was on a roll, and he just blurts out, "Well, it went from midnight to 6 just so we could do this show and have the publicity." And then Rachel Nichols, her face just changed. She was like, the face said, "You were not supposed to say that," like pretty much. But Brian Windhorst was just being real. He was saying it straight up. He was like, "Look, ESPN's the one who changed this time." They said
Like
they pretty much talked to the NBA and told
and
them, "Hey, you're going to change this time so we can televise this and profit."
wait, what's crazy is they did it last year at
Yeah,
midnight. Anyway, they was like, yeah, we'll still have a show at midnight. Everybody got to go to sleep this time, so that's good.
yeah. But I mean, this year though,
But
I
yeah.
mean, this was a free agency like no other. Like we haven't
Oh
had in a
yeah.
while.
Yeah. I think it was 48% of the league was free agent this offseason, which is a crazy number to think about.
That is that's ridiculous.
The problem is like now we're gonna be expecting this every year, and it's not gonna happen next year. It's
Oh
probably never
no.
gonna happen again. Like we're done with this super free agency. We're done with
Well,
that
yeah.
for a while.
Next year, apparently, I mean, the free agency field for next year is trash.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it
it's not.
definitely won't go down like that.
Yeah, and the year after, I think the only free agent is like Giannis, someone that really the only big name.
And
I
he'll
think Blake
probably stay
Griffin.
in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think Blake Griffin's supposed to be up that year, but I mean,
Who cares about Blake Griffin?
yeah, like he's a great player, but like he's not like superstar franchise changing. Yeah, Blake Griffin. I'm sorry.
Are
But
you speaking of Blake Griffin, are you still a Pistons fan?
no, I got off that narcotic about 3 years ago. I was like,
Oh, okay.
The thing was, right, it's like one, they're out of market team. And like so I don't see them. And two, they're not good enough for me to ever watch that much on TV.
Yeah. And three, they
Three,
fired Stan Van Gundy.
they did fire Stan Van Gundy. They gave him back to Lebatard, which is what we needed anyway.
Shout out to us, the Pistons, for firing Stan Van Gundy
For
because
real.
in my opinion, Stan Van Gundy has overtaken Tuesdays, which used to be my favorite day with Greg Cody, but now SVG days, I think, take
Whoa.
precedence over that.
That is a strong take, sir.
It is pretty strong.
strong
I
take.
enjoy both
I
of
like it,
them
though.
very much, but for some reason, Stan Van Gundy's laugh just gives me joy.
He does have a great laugh.
I thoroughly
Man.
enjoy listening to Stan Van Gundy
Yo,
laugh.
Stan has a great laugh. Like,
He
straight
kind
up.
of sounds like you seen Grown Ups, right?
Yeah.
All right, you know that dog they have that can't bark. They took like the barker out of it. To me, that's what Stan Van Gundy sounds like when he laughs.
Yeah,
Is
that's a
that
fact.
dog barking?
Stand up. And his basketball information is always pretty solid.
Yeah, I love the
Like,
Nuggets.
except for his coach bias. Like, he's so biased towards coaches.
I love the coach bias. I love it.
So terrible. He's so bad about it.
Because
And Brian Windhorst smoked him in a debate one time, and that got crazy.
Wait, who did?
Brian Windhorst kind of smoked him in a debate one time.
Was this on the Le Batard show?
Yeah. He smoked him. He smoked him.
Huh.
Because Windhorst wrote an article about, I think it was Windhorst. He wrote an article about how, like, coaches who are also GMs are usually terrible at doing both. Our GMs and presidents are terrible at doing both.
Yeah.
And then they try to say he was the only one that failed, and like Brian brought the receipts for him.
I do remember that interview. I do remember that
because he was trying to say that Budenholzer did a good job. But yeah, Budenholzer got control. They traded everyone and lost. I was like, oh. He's kind of smoking him right now. He's getting smoked. Yeah, that was good. But other than that, I like Van Gundy. I like both of them.
Yeah,
you let them call more games together too. I don't know why they only had them do they did one game together this year.
Yeah, I think that's weird that they don't use them more often.
Yeah, I know Van Gundy's not the commentator guy too much, but I think he'll be fine. I think he'd be good at it.
Same.
Yeah. But let's get into this, man. So at 5:43 or something like that, this is the funniest part. Kevin's like, Kevin's gonna announce this thing at 6:00. Woj is like, I got it right now. Ready to go. And then, without ever talking to the Nets, because free agency didn't open until 6:00, Durant was signed to the Nets.
Yep.
Him and Kyrie.
Yep.
And they never spoke to the Nets. That's what's crazy. It's just really wild how that happened. Before they just
technology, man.
It's wild, bro. It's really wild. So what are your thoughts on this potential Nets team in 2 years, I guess?
In 2 years?
Yeah, because next year is okay. Here's the thing. I think they're going to be a very good team next year anyway, because they're kind of a deep roster.
Yeah.
We're all kind of targeting for when Durant comes back as the year that they're going to really be something. Right. So, what do you think about this team? Or what do you think about him leaving overall? I guess we can go with that.
Well, overall, so apparently, what I think is weird is the whole narrative or the story behind him leaving and his reasons. So everybody was under the impression, I feel like, including me, that when KD got hurt, that actually changed his decision from leaving, because we were all expecting he was going to leave anyways after the season, no matter what. Everybody changed their mind that he's going to stay now because, hey, maybe take, one additional year, give that to recoup, and then either sign another extension or a whole new contract with Golden State or go somewhere else.
Right.
But apparently that's the opposite. Him getting hurt and, it's kind of the same ordeal that Kawhi had with San Antonio. Apparently him getting hurt is the reason why he decided to leave. So I thought that was weird in the first place. I'm not surprised he's going to Brooklyn because I thought KD was going to New York either way. Either it was the Knicks or the Nets because he's got ties to the East Coast, of course, that's where he's from, but he also has a lot of ties to New York. We all know he loves playing ball at Rucker Park. He just loves the city. Yeah, and
when he was out there,
he says it a lot. So that was not a surprise to me. But I just think we had this conversation yesterday, and everybody's puzzled about it too. But what's the appeal of going with Kyrie? with Russ 2.0.
It's so confusing. That's the confusing thing about this for me, right? Like, I understand that Kyrie's his friend. I totally get you want to play with your friends, like guys who you're truly, truly cool with. Because, I guess he's cool with the Warriors, but they never felt like they were like close friends, and he's close friends with Kyrie. So
Yeah,
I get that part of it. The basketball fit is where it makes no sense to me because,
yeah.
like we said yesterday, Kyrie is like him and Russ don't play the same, but they play the same in a way.
As in, I'm not passing you the
Incredibly-
ball.
they both want the ball. Like it's not a you play off me. It's a I go, you go, I go, you go type thing.
Yeah,
And I thought Durant wanted to get out of that, but apparently
yeah.
he wanted to go do it again.
Well, should I go ahead and just break down the decision making behind KD that I told you yesterday? So this is why KD did it. So let's go back to LeBron. Okay, LeBron, he's in Cleveland. That's his home. That's his hometown. That's his state. That's where he's gonna bring it home. But bad blood between him and Gilbert. Can't get it done. Can't get the roster built. He decides, you know what? I'm gonna go vacation for 4 years in South Beach. I'm gonna live it up. And I'm going to win some ships. I'm going to learn a little bit. And I'm going to go back to Cleveland and avenge all the haters, all the naysayers, everybody. Dan Gilbert, screw them all. I'm doing it. So KD saw that and he's like, hey, I'm going to go do that too. So he leaves OKC, goes vacations in the Bay Area, going to go win a few championships. But problem is, he's wanting to go back to OKC for avengement, but Russ won't let him in the building. So he's like, dang, what do I do now? He's like, how am I going to complete this avenge process if I can't go back to OKC and avenge all the naysayers, especially Russell Westbrook? So what do I have to do? I know. I will go to the East Coast towards my hometown in the area. And I'm going to go find Russ 2.0, who's going to make it just as difficult for me to win as Russell Westbrook did. And that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to complete the avenge process with a Russ 2.0 and an OKC 2.0. That's how he's going to do it. And that's how Kevin Durant. And if he wins a championship, that's when we can all say, oh, yeah, this guy, best player in the NBA. That's the thought process.
I really hope he does come back as the best player in the NBA. Like, I truly do.
Oh, same.
This whole – I think one thing – I feel like the Achilles tear has been kind of underestimated in how bad it is in this process.
Well, yeah. It's been downplayed a lot.
Yeah. And I think the chance he can come back and be really good. I don't think a chance he can be like this, like he was, this year, his MVP year. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's unrealistic to expect that. But I feel like we look at him as a 7-foot who can always get his own shot, which that's not going to change. But if the athleticism isn't there, his game is going to change because he's valuable defensively as well.
Yeah.
And he might be able to be that defender again. He might not be able to break people down off the dribble again either.
Yeah.
On a consistent level, which just makes him, a ridiculously lethal scorer, which is still terrifying, but it's not Durant,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are underestimating that part of this, but overall, in terms of, me, I'm not gonna knock a dude for his move in terms of like that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean, I get it basketball wise, like I got why he went to Golden State because, look, they pass the ball a lot, and I can get so many open shots here, whereas opposed to me in Oklahoma City, where all I do is get difficult shots all day.
Yeah.
Or and they're in a better position to win a championship than we are and probably ever will be in Oklahoma City. I got it. This, if you just want to be happy and move, okay, fine. Okay, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Cool. I don't get the basketball fit, but yeah, man, Brooklyn's cool. Brooklyn's a nice place, I'm sure.
Overall,
the fact that the Nets traded 17 years of drafts to the Celtics and are in a better position than the Celtics today makes me laugh a lot because you know me with the Danny Ainge thing.
Yeah.
So that did make me laugh a lot. And the fact that Kyrie's gonna kill them from right down the street next year. That'd be a fun game. That's gotta be a Christmas Day game, right? Net Celtics.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Give me that on Christmas. Give me that on Christmas straight up. I want that in gym highlight.
Or Well, I mean, I guess we got to take in. I was gonna say Nets and Warriors for Christmas, but KD wouldn't be back by then, so there wouldn't be a
Yeah.
point in that.
Yeah,
And
there'd be no
Clay wouldn't be
KD.
back either.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd just be Draymond yelling at no one.
At Kyrie.
Yeah.
And
right.
Kyrie just, with his Uncle Drew face looking in the space.
Oh man. It's gonna be wild. But yeah, I want that game on hold. No man, Nets Celtics Christmas Day. The negativity in the building, boy. That negative energy. Who I'm here for that. Here for all of that.
Same.
Kyrie's type. He might try and sit out that game. I'm not gonna lie. He seems like that type. He seems like the type that was trying to sit that game out and then give us some weird answer that didn't make sense about why he.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening.
Yeah. I am excited to see what they look like in 2 years because they are too. Like Kyrie is a ridiculous talent for all the nonsense he says. That boy is cold with it. I think a team. What do you think a team sits in the East next year with their current roster and Kyrie?
What with the Nets?
Yeah.
To be honest, I see them fourth or fifth. I would say third through fifth because, in my opinion, the team that has the potential to be the best in the East and really one of the best in the whole league would be the 76ers. I have them right up there. And then, of course, it's all going to fall or it's going to boil down to what Kawhi is going to do, if he's going to stay with Toronto or not. Because if he decides to stay with Toronto, then that's going to put Toronto up there. And you still have the Bucks and you have the Atlanta Hawks too. Atlanta Hawks, watch out for them. They're going to be the dark horse this year. Be the dark horse. So, between those teams, yeah, I got the Nets third through fifth.
The Hawks going to do what next? Dark horse to what? Be 8 seed?
Nah, man. I'm telling you, top 5 dark horse right now. Levi even said it. Not the expert.
You lost your mind.
Dude,
that's going to go in the predictions. That's going to go in the predictions that only counts if you're right.
Hey, man. Behind.
Don't trip. I got you.
Hey, we picked up Chandler. We picked up Chandler Parsons today.
I saw y'all did the Grizzlies.
We're on the way.
I saw y'all did the Grizzlies a favor with doing that, picking up that terrible contract. I respect that. I respect doing something for people that gone through some things, man. I really respect that. Them picking
yeah,
that, so you can sit on your bench and not play.
Exactly. You know who I think we should go after just because we have the cap space for it?
Who's that?
I think we should sign Boogie to a 1-year deal.
I wouldn't mind that. I really wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I feel terrible for Boogie, man. I feel so bad for dude.
Yeah, I feel bad for Boogie too.
Because he was on his way back, and then he immediately tried hard and got hurt again in his first playoff game.
And then he probably thought, this is why I didn't try hard. Why did I try? It's like, why did I go away from the system?
And then he just running, and then his quad goes out in his first playoff game, man. I hated that for him.
Yeah.
He was at least, he might not have gotten the max after the Achilles, but he would have gotten a nice contract this offseason. Adrian Wojnarowski wouldn't have gone on TV saying there's literally no market for him. That wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
It is.
Yeah. But some of the other moves, Golden State then decided, hey, let's just go get D'Angelo Russell then. And I'm like, that was the craziest thing to me, right? Because I was coming home that night, and I got the Woj and Shams notifications because I ain't playing no games last season.
Yeah.
So I get their Twitter notifications directly to my phone. So I'm driving home. I got my phone mounted up, and I see one. I think Shams tweeted the Warriors are interested in thinking about acquiring D'Angelo Russell. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. 10 minutes later, the Warriors are close to acquiring D'Angelo Russell, and I literally go, "How do they do this?"
Yeah,
I don't understand. How is this possible?
This was pulled off through a signing trade, wasn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Well,
they had to move Iguodala because they didn't have the cap room still.
Yeah, but
signing trades and the salary cap does something. It's weird.
Yeah, it was with KD, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure.
So what I'm so confused about though is just the timeline of how everything worked because KD, it was already announced. Yeah, it's just weird to me because KD was already announced he was going to the Nets, and then wasn't it hours later? Then it was like, oh yeah.
But
It's a sign and
technically,
trade.
yeah, contracts aren't signed until the 6th, so
Oh, okay.
they don't go through
So
until
it's just
Saturday.
like pretty much
It's,
verbal
everything's agreed to in
intentions.
principle. Everything's agreed to in principle, but it's not signed yet, so you can still make things work out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you
Which is why-
seen that?
Which is why, like, the Heat could announce Jimmy Butler's going to be there without actually having made the moves to get the room to have him yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was a big question mark as well because the Heat have been pretty much over the salary cap. So it's like,
Yeah.
how are you going to sign a star like that?
Imagine being over the salary cap and missing the playoffs, by the way. What's up, Pat?
Yeah, that's crazy. And
It was.
I mean, I get it. You got to sign like a star, and I get it too that Jimmy Butler, his perception of himself is a lot higher than probably what it should be. But just I don't get what are the Heat doing, man? Like spending all that money on you're not going to be a great team with Jimmy Butler as your number one.
One thing I respect about Pat Riley is that man is anti-tank.
Yeah, he really is. He
not
is
a fan of,
full
like, we are not
anti-tank.
bottoming out. We will not bottom out. We will be a middle of the road team at the worst. Like he is not here for the tank, and I respect that. But I'm kind of with you. Like this Jimmy Butler move is, I mean, he wanted to get another big time player in there. Like he's been wanting that, so I'm glad he got one.
Yeah,
kind
to
of.
me,
I was shocked that Jimmy. Okay, no. So when the Jimmy Butler stuff's come out, like, oh yeah, Houston's gonna be interested in getting him. Like, there's no way he's going to Houston, because Jimmy doesn't seem like the type that's gonna go there and be a third wheel to anybody. Like that's not something Jimmy Butler's gonna do.
No, he's not.
Yeah, but the Miami thing, I'm like, I don't know how they make the cap room because I don't think anybody wants their players, but apparently somebody did want to sign Whiteside. Shocking to me too.
Yeah, that's the most respectable thing to me that Pat Riley has done this offseason is getting rid of Hassan Whiteside. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, good job, man. I didn't think
I didn't think it was going to happen either.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all stuck with that one, boy. I'm sorry. That's a wrap for you.
Yeah.
I be having to sabotage Hassan to get rid of him. To get rid of Hassan on 2K, I be sabotaging him. When I played with the Heat one time, I just benched him and made him mad at me the whole year, so then he opted out. That's all I could get rid of because I couldn't trade him. I didn't want the contracts he was trying to offer me back. I'm like, I don't want any of these deals, bro. I'm just gonna bench him and make him.
Yeah.
And then he opted out because he was mad at me.
Wow, that's like
video game logic, bro. Video game logic is beautiful.
That's like when you're in a toxic relationship and you don't have the heart to pull the plug, so you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna act really crappy these next few weeks, and I'm gonna make her do it.
Yeah, man. But I'm kind of with you on what you said earlier about Philly. I think Philly has a lot of potential next year, and I don't like potential normally, but I think they should. I kind of think it should be first or second in the East. I think the Bucks will still be up there. Like they lost Brogdon, which is a big deal for sure. But I feel like if Giannis takes another step, you can minimize that loss a lot.
Yeah,
I think the Pacers will probably be a top 3 seed in the East next year. With Oladipo healthy, Brogdon.
I think the Pacers will be too.
Some other moves, I think they'll be good. But I kind of think this Nets team is deep, man. They're a very deep team. They picked up Taurean Prince to help them. They got Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert's there, Kyrie, Jared Allen's there. Like they have a very nice team. I think they can probably definitely finish in that top half. I think the East is gonna be a race again, especially if Kawhi's considering if Kawhi leaves the Raptors, they're falling off. It's like the East is gonna be a wild race again, and I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about that. And the one thing I'm glad that the East has got some stars over there, man. We need stars in the East. We just do badly.
Yeah, I think
a little bit of balance.
I think that's what made this past NBA season so great is just both sides of the league were finally balanced out, but then it started to look like it started to look like it was starting to shift back to the West during this free agency.
Yeah,
which I think
it definitely was.
It has, and definitely if Kawhi goes to the West, then it definitely will.
Yeah, especially if he goes to the Lakers, then it doesn't matter. Like none of it matters.
Yeah.
Next year, none of it matters.
No, none of it matters, and You want to get into that now, or you want to save that soapbox for later?
let's save it for a little later. I want to talk about a few more things.
All right. Yeah.
Charlotte.
Well, last thing I was
I'm
going
gonna
to
talk to
say.
Charlotte. Well, I'm gonna talk to Charlotte. Can I talk to Charlotte real quick? Because I've had this.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Kemba Walker signed to the Celtics, and I'm glad that you got paid. I'm glad Boston, good for him, and good for him going to a team that's gonna win some games. Like, because no matter what I think about Boston and how I feel about them, they're gonna win games. They're gonna be a good team next year. Period. So I'm glad to see Kemba's going to be playing winning basketball. He gets to throw passes to people not named Cody Zeller, Frank Kaminsky, or Nick Batum. So I'm very happy for him in that regard. But I need to talk to Charlotte real quick. Okay.
Wait. Are you talking to Charlotte or are you talking to MJ? Or are you talking to all?
It's mainly MJ. I'm not gonna lie. I still want to say it. I was trying to be nice to the GOAT. But look here, man. I can't do this. You're right. This is going. Charlotte, Michael Jordan has made one good draft pick his entire time in Charlotte. That good draft pick
was Kemba?
Yep, that's the only one. That's it. that's your claim to fame. That's your one, right? The man was like the Charlotte Hornets franchise in the rebrand is going to be associated with Kemba Walker. Like, it's what it is, right? Am I wrong there? Like, when
no,
you think
you're not
about
wrong.
Basketball, you're going to think about Kemba Walker being there. Like, that's what you're going to think about. He is the franchise. Yeah. He was the face of the franchise. And the man was willing to stay with your little sorry franchise for less than the Supermax, which, I'm going to tell you, couldn't have been me. I refuse. We're not going to be sorry, and I'm not getting paid the maximum amount of money. He was willing to stay there, and I kind of wanted Kemba to stay there for the simple fact that I would have liked to see, somebody just make a legacy play. You know what I mean? That's kind of just a legacy play. Like, I just want to be the man here.
Yeah.
Like, because he would have been the man there. But the man want to take a pay cut. He said a cut. He asked you to shave his head. You try to shave his whole head off?
He just want a little trim.
Trim, a shape up. You try to shave his head? And then this will make mad. This will really make mad. People are like, well, they couldn't give him that money because then they wouldn't be able to rebuild because they ain't that bad. What makes you think they're gonna draft well? What do you think they're gonna pick somebody up and actually do this right? Who believes that? Like, you didn't pay him, but then you went and gave Terry Rozier this ridiculous amount of money. And I'm supposed to believe.
Oh God.
And I'm supposed to believe that you couldn't have paid Kemba. You might as well pay him if you're gonna pay Terry Rozier. I mean, what are we doing?
Can we just go ahead and label that as the stupidest move of the offseason of 2019?
I'm in favor.
Scary Terry.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. That Tobias Harris contract might look bad in a couple years, but I'm holding out faith. I'm holding out hope.
Yeah.
Tobias been making $40 million in like 3 years.
Tobias Harris, very solid player, very good addition to the team, but not for that money. Good. Way overpaid.
Yeah, I'm very conflicted how that's gonna go. I really am. If he turned I have hope for him that he'll be better as not like a seventh option, whichever they had him as last year, trying to balance Jimmy, Ben, and Embiid. I'm trying to think he'll be better if he's not the fourth option. But that's a lot. That's a big contract. That's a very big contract, man. That contract is big. But I'm in favor of calling Terry Rozier the worst one because it fits my narrative right now. So you lowball, you go lowball Kemba Walker, your franchise, and then you go pay Terry Rozier. Man, I'm sick of this. I'm disgusted. I was appalled. I was upset. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this whole idea that, but the Hornets have to start rebuilding. What makes you think they're going to pick anybody right? You know what? Go to Basketball Reference. Hold on. Give me a second. Basketball Reference.
I am with you on this. I do think I feel like that is the route they're going to try to go, which if I were Michael Jordan, that is the route I am going. I am letting go of we talked about this last night. He's overpaying way too many players. There's so many players on that roster that is getting paid way more than what they're worth. Yes. And the only way it looks like they can really have a good chance or their best chance of rebuilding is going the tanking mode. But don't spend all this money on Terry Rozier and hold on to these other terrible contracts, to go tanking mode. There's a way better way you can do this. But as you said too, what makes us think that they're actually going to be good at drafting players and developing players, because they haven't proved that they're good at that so far.
Second. Not for a half a second. All right, I'm going to go through. All right, I found the Hornets draft picks since, I'm going to go before Kemba Walker. We're going to start in the year. Let's start in 2000 and let's start in 2004. All right, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Emeka Okafor. The next year we got Raymond Felton and Sean May in the first. Them's going to be first round picks. Raymond Felton and Sean May were their first round picks. Both from the University of North Carolina on his championship team. Shouts to them. But that was a very Michael Jordan thing, just draft some Carolina guys.
Yep.
06. I'm actually gonna give you the second rounder in 06 as well. Like this, the second pick doesn't mean that much, but it'll be funny. First pick 3, Adam Morrison. Guess they picked that pick.
I forgot all about Adam Morrison.
That was a wild era, man. That was a wild era. The Adam Gonzaga run. That was crazy. Guess who their second pick was? The pick number 50 in number 2, the round 2.
What's that?
Ryan Hollins.
Oh wow.
They drafted Adam Morrison and Ryan Hollins in the same draft. Yep. 2007, University of North Carolina, Brandon Wright. Decent pro. That was pick number 8, by the way. Decent pro, though.
You said Brandon Wright?
Brandon Wright. Right.
Oh, Brandon Wright. Okay.
And Jared Dudley, who's an NBA journeyman. 2008, DJ Augustine. All right, player. That was pick 9, by the way. So they moved back all in one spot. And Alex Ajinka, which he's a okay player, decent player. 2009, pick 12. Gerald Henderson was their first round pick. I think he's out of the league by now.
Yep.
2011, they drafted Kemba Walker. They also drafted Tobias Harris, but I think they had his trade rights. I think they had draft rights. Somebody else wanted him, I think, because he never played for them. It was never on their team.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. So the 2 first round picks. So the first round pick they kept was Kemba Walker. Okay, that was the first round pick. That was pick 9, by the way. The next year, pick number 2, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. Just that, to me, in my opinion, that's out of all the ridiculous picks that you've named so far. To me, that's the worst one. Morrison's the worst.
2013, pick number 4, Cody Zeller.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We keep topping it.
It just keeps getting worse. 2014, first pick, their first round pick number 9 was Noah Vonleh, who he's still in the league around. He's around.
Who?
Noah Vonleh, bro. Noah Vonleh, man.
Where'd he play?
He's on the team, bro. Like, he's on a squad. I literally forgot who he's with, honestly. He was with the Knicks last year.
Where'd he go to college?
He went to hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back a page. I lost it. I opened too many tabs at once. He went to Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 2015 pick. First round. Which this is the pick that they had trade offers. The Boston offered them like 3 picks, I think, but I don't think they were necessarily good picks. But they were more draft picks nonetheless, because Boston wanted to move up and draft Justice Winslow, and the Charlotte turned it down so they could draft Frank, because they were scared somebody was going to draft Frank Kaminsky.
Oh my god.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least that's one contract they got rid of this offseason.
Yeah, they got out of that one.
Yeah.
So I want to be fair. The 2013 draft is kind of a bad draft class, in total fairness. Well, the front half of it was, at least, because that was the Anthony Bennett year.
Yeah.
Anthony Bennett, Vic Oladipo, Otto Porter, and then Cody Zeller and Alex Len, Nerlens Noel, Ben McLemore went behind him. Yeah.
Why do we not talk about? I know everybody, when we talk about bust, everybody's usually so hung up on Greg Oden. Why don't we talk about Anthony Bennett more?
Because I think no one expected Anthony Bennett to be good except for Cleveland. Honestly, I think that's
I
what
guess
happened.
so. Yeah,
I think
because in a lot
I
of
really
the
think that's what happened.
yeah, in a lot of the draft projections, they had. I mean, people were ranking him. He was a top 10 pick. A lot of people were ranking him as. But I just remember one day, I just feel like I got on ESPN. I tuned in, and next thing I know, everybody had somebody projected at number one. But then the very next day, everybody's like, "Yep, Anthony Bennett. That's first round, number one right there." And we're like, "Since when?" I mean, who came up with that consensus?
Yeah, right. 2016 was Malachi Richardson. That was the 22nd pick. He's around somewhere. I don't think he's in Cleveland. I don't think he's in Charlotte anymore. But I don't think he's a. It's just another guy. It's another guy. Malcolm Richardson, yeah, he's with the Raptors. He won a ring this year. He's not like a big contributor, but he does have a championship, so give him that.
Yeah.
2018, they drafted Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, but he is a member of the Clippers, so doesn't count. He's their starting point guard, doesn't count. So yeah, and then this year's draft was one. Yeah. That. So basically, they just drafted some dudes. But somehow I'm supposed to believe that they need to rebuild because they're going to get a draft. They don't get a draft, right? Just pay that man. That man suffered with that terrible team. Suffered with those awful teams watching Nick Batum make more money than him, and you got the nerve to lowball him? I'm done. I'm done with you, Charlotte. I'll be there next month, though. Holla at me. But I'm done with your basketball franchise. I am finished. So
yeah, I'm not done with them because
okay, go ahead.
The Charlotte Hornets, I think we could both agree they had the best drip out of all the teams. I mean, I love the scheme, the throwback jerseys. I gotta get me one of those.
I like the Bud City jersey, the purple Bud City jersey.
I do like the Bud City jersey too. Kind of fun. I really like the pinstripe, the old pinstripe jerseys. Yeah, those are sick. That's the only thing they got going for them is those jerseys.
Hey, by the way, Nicholas Batum has a $27 million player option next year.
Ooh, he's gonna take that too.
I would. Out there to nothing, sir.
Why would you? Nobody else is gonna offer him like even half that.
You would never see that money again.
Yeah,
you take it.
Stuck.
You take that check. Oh man. Yeah.
You know, Batum signed that contract in his mind, knowing damn well he ain't worth that. He knew he wasn't worth that.
Like they want to give me what? Shoot. They want to pay me what?
Right. Well, life gives you lemons, though.
Exactly.
He probably had to when his agent got on the phone and told him that, he said, "I'm sorry. Can you tell me what was that number again?" And then, wait. Can you tell me that one more time? Let me make sure. Hold on 1 second. Let me go get some Q-tips. Clear my ears. Okay, tell me that price. One more. Okay, I got it. I'll take that.
Oh man, it's nutty, bro. It's ridiculous. I'm done with the Hornets. Okay, now we can move on to other things, I guess. I want to talk about this this Philly roster, this roster of Giants that they built over there. Where it's just we got all tall people and Josh Richardson, who's like NBA. He's like NBA tall, but everybody else is like tall. He's NBA tall.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary, bro. Defensively, that's a bit of a terrifying prospect.
It really is.
That's a lot of length that can come at you, and it's good defenders. And most importantly, they took away the best Joel Embiid defender. By getting Al Horford.
Al Horford. Yeah.
They sold the best defender for their guy. They're like, oh, he defends you really well. Let's go get him. We can shut all that down.
I think the 76ers, what they've done this offseason is getting Al Horford was huge. And it was huge for a lot of reasons. Maturity in the locker room. Like, you finally have, like, Al Horford, one of the most polished veterans there is in the league and the most respected. So, he's going to walk into that locker room from day one and have everybody's respect. And number two, along with that respect, is hopefully Joel Embiid will be open to the advice and the mentorship that,
Yeah.
Al Horford can apply being there. And
I feel like if you're gonna lose a JJ Redick presence in your locker room, getting Al Horford, you can do a lot worse than getting Al Horford. That's about the best way to replace that.
That's how I feel. Also, the only thing that I think is a little bit of a downside with the 76ers is I'm not quite sure. I just feel like they added a lot more to defense, which I kind of believe, defense wins championships. But they're going to suffer a little bit in scoring ability just because they're losing, Jimmy Butler and JJ Redick, two guys who can any night, they can go out and get you 30 points if they have to.
Yeah, definitely. They kind of doubled down on the we don't shoot over here thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because they only took. I mean, Jimmy Butler. It's bad when Jimmy Butler is one of your best outside scorers. I mean, he's gotten a lot better throughout his career, but he's still not. Yeah, it's not his forte.
Yeah, he's
So
Tobias Harris is a career 36% 3-point shooter, but that's career. Last year he was down a little bit, I believe.
What's Ben Simmons?
Last year he was at 30.
What's his career 3-point?
0.
No, really?
Yeah. A literal 0.0.
No, is it really?
No, I'm dead serious. Yeah, it's total 0 because he's probably taken 3 in his entire career. To be honest,
I didn't know it was that low.
Yeah,
I thought he'd taken more than that. Hey, at least he knows though. At least he's just not out there jacking up threes. At least he knows his game.
Yeah,
he
man.
knows his abilities.
And the thing with him
self-awareness by him.
I was telling him, the thing with Ben Simmons is The thing with Ben is, I feel like if Ben was on a team that didn't have title expectations immediately, he'd be able to grow a lot better, a lot easier. You know what I mean? Like he's under such a spotlight right now that I just don't that. Well, I understand it because that team has title expectations, but like, it's not necessarily. It's hard for him to really grow into the player he can be while also trying to manage expectations because he's played 2 professional years of basketball. 2. Like I can't believe that the player he is going to be in 4 years. The same way the player Giannis isn't the player Giannis 2 years isn't the player he is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, so I really do think his shooting is literally. He's taking 17 total threes in his career.
Wow.
I don't know how many of them were heaves and how many were actual threes, but yeah, he's over 17. It's a good start.
Yeah.
But I think Ben's going to be a great player, man. I really do. For him, I think it's not necessarily making shots, but at least making the defense think you might shoot them. Like make them believe that you might
hit them with a hezzy.
Exactly. Like just throw one up because they think you might take one. Like, oh man, we can't just leave. We can't just stay out here. You might shoot it.
Yeah.
Just try it every now and then. But yeah,
if I was Brett Brown, I would tell Ben Simmons every single practice, son, when you are on offense, I do not want to see you inside this 3-point arc. You are going to stay outside this 3-point arc. You're going to shoot it. I swear to God.
A lot of NBA people that listen to podcasts that I listen to, a lot of people that really study basketball think he shoots with the wrong hand. I think somebody told him he was left-handed, but he's really right-handed. So he needs to shoot with his right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Because apparently he shoots really awkward. I don't study basketball close enough to really see that stuff.
Yeah.
They all say that they think he shoots with the wrong hand. I heard from multiple people, from people on the Ringer, people on the Athletic. They all say he shoots with the wrong hand. So I'm starting to believe that it's facts.
That may be, that may be very well true. I've never really seen him take a jumper, for me to even.
Yeah. I've seen some.
Be able to judge that to even see.
Yeah. Right. And I'm like, like if somebody walks me through it, I can see what they're talking about while they're watching it, but like I'm not gonna pretend to know that much about what's going on there. But yeah, I like that team, and I really hope they do pull it out. I think there's a pros and cons with Jimmy because Jimmy was like the go-to in the fourth quarter in those playoff games. He was really like their go-to guy. He was great for them. Like in the fourth quarter, it was all on Jimmy, and Jimmy was taking advantage of it. But I think it's good for Embiid and Simmons because it's like, look, this is your team now. When the fourth quarter comes, the ball's in your hands. You're not gonna get to let. There's no Jimmy to take over for you. It's on y'all. Go take over. I think that's really good for them as young talents, especially since they're considered the cornerstones of the franchise. With Ben Simmons getting an extension, they're in talks to give him an extension now. Embiid already being locked up. Like this is your franchise. Go get it. So I think it's good for them in that sense, but it's going to be rough on them early on because like we got to figure out who's gonna take over the game late. Like you said, they got a great veteran presence.
They got to go through the.
What you gotta say?
They got to go through the growing pains.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully they reach what they can reach what they should be able to reach. I'm saying he's had a good offseason. Utah.
Yes, I would say
I've been coming with it.
Between Utah and the 76ers, those are the two teams that stand out to me that have made the best moves this offseason, made the biggest impact on their teams.
Yeah, I really like what Utah is doing. The fact that he got somebody that can score and get Donovan Mitchell off ball makes me very happy because that's the one thing they definitely needed in Utah. Because Mitchell being in second year trying to run the offense and have to be the primary scorer was way too much for him to do. Like, it was way too much.
Yeah.
He was talking about how inefficient he was last year. I'm like, yeah, but he also had to do everything offensively. And they got Mike Conley, who's a good defender and like just an all-around good player. Like, that's a big help, especially in the West next year. Like, they're going to be a very, very tough team. And I think Quinn Snyder's a great coach. Personally, I'm a big Quinn Snyder fan. He looks like like a villain out of Gotham, but I like him. Like, if he was the Penguins' like dad, I would believe it. But yeah,
I really like Quinn Snyder too. And they still got Korver, don't they?
No, Korver's going to be in Memphis until he gets bought out because they had to trade him. They traded him for the Conley trade. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Man, if they could have kept Korver though, and that would have been, that would have been huge for them.
Yeah, definitely. But I like what they're doing now. I'm cheering for them because I like Donovan Mitchell anyway. I'm a big Don, and I like Mike Conley. Who doesn't like Mike Conley?
Yeah, awesome. He's like your.
And they got Go ahead, my bad.
Oh, I was gonna say he's like your blue collar point guard.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about Mike Conley. He's a blue collar guy out there.
Right. And they got Bojan Bogdanovic from the Pacers. They stole him, who's another good shooter, another off ball guy that you can add to that. They added a lot of offense while still maintaining their defense because you got Rudy Gobert, so you just kind of need some dudes that can play defense because you got Rudy Gobert in the paint. So I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm cheering. I'm looking at them nicely next year. It's really crazy to think that Utah's could be at the forefront. Instead of just another playoff team like they've been. Like they could really make a run next year.
Yeah, what's crazy is I bought in a lot on Utah last year, mainly just because judging off the expected improvement you would think from Donovan Mitchell from his rookie year to his second year, also Rudy Gobert, and just other pieces they have been adding. And I like Quinn Snyder, and I bought in also after I heard Amin El-Hassan projecting them. He said, hey, they're going to finish number 2 in the West. I was like, you know what? I can buy in on that. Yeah, that didn't happen. But hey, they got a better chance this year, though.
They definitely do.
2 in the West.
They definitely do. And not just because the Warriors are down, because they're a much better team this year.
Yeah.
Period. So I guess what's left to talk about? The Knicks didn't get anybody. So excuse me, they got Zion Williamson without hops.
Yep, sure did. They sure did.
They got less athletic Zion Williamson. So
I swear, like right after about 5 minutes after I text you that, I said, "Hey, the Knicks still got Zion." Though 5 minutes later, Rachel Nichols was like, "Hey, but the Knicks got Zion," and then nobody found it funny on the ESPN set.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so whack. It's so whack. Did you see Amin struggling with the fog with the magnet?
No, I didn't see it. I heard the audio breakdown from the Le Batard show.
Oh, that was hilarious. It kept falling. Then Rachel just turned the fog on. I think they made them stop using the fog because fog only used like 2 segments, and they're like the fog was damaging the set, so they had to stop using fog. The fog was making stuff like that. I think Rachel was sad about that. She really was excited about the fog machine.
Yeah, she really did like that.
That's the moment I learned Rachel is all of us, because you can't give me no fog machine, man. I'm turning that thing on all night. It's going to be fog. For no reason at all, right? Just people just coming on set. Fog.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel is all
Hey, speaking of Rachel Nichols, I want to throw this out here. Do you know, have you ever seen, are you aware of who Rachel Nichols' husband is?
No, who is it?
I can't remember. Okay, his name's Max Nichols, bro. You just got to look him up. Dude freaking out-punted the whole coverage, man. That dude like out-punted from the homie was in the end zone, in the back of the end zone in the stands, and out-punted and punted the thing to the other end zone into the stands. Like, you gotta look that dude up.
Yeah, IMDb page. What does he do?
Matt. Yeah. He's like a producer or something, but he's only a producer because he's the son of a famous producer.
Oh, he's the son of director Mike Nichols, novelist. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I see this page, not recognize any of these movies like at all.
Yeah, and he's got very little like work. It's not much, I don't think, on IMDb.
Good job, Mike.
Yeah.
Personality goes a long way, man. It just does.
You can tell looking at that dude, he's got to have personality. He looks like a personality. There's the textbook definition of, he has a great personality, though.
Oh my gosh. So I guess we can get into it now. We can go with the Lakers. We can go ahead and talk about this. I'll talk about this Kawhi Leonard thing.
I mean, I really don't have much.
Can I approach from the Lakers angle?
Yeah, go ahead.
You don't get Kawhi at this point. Everybody else is taken. So what's the move? Like,
how many roster spots did they have to fill? Jesus,
oh my gosh, I feel like it's a lot. I think
do they even have a starting five?
They have. Oh god. Hold on. Let me think about it. My Lakers friend at work was trying to tell me that they got some guys. I'm like, but do you want those guys to start, bro? That's the real question I have for you. Do you actually want those guys on the court?
Yeah.
He was very confident, but he also told me at one point that Brandon Ingram was going to turn into Kawhi Leonard. So, like, I don't, man has a lot of faith. The guy has a lot of faith. I was like, bro, you've gone. I told him, like, dude, that's too far. I can't.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, Brandon Ingram's going to turn into Kawhi Leonard. Like, you can't do this.
Nah.
Let's see.
He would really have to go 0 to 100 real quick. Like,
yeah, and I think he's going to be a solid pro. I don't think he's going to be a top player in the league. I think he's going to be a solid pro. Sure. I'm trying to find the Lakers' current roster. I don't think they have a full starting point guard, though. To be honest, I don't. Here we go. This should be updated.
I feel like they're going to design it to where LeBron's just going to be the point guard.
Which I don't think is a terrible idea. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I really don't.
I mean, that's how I would draw it up.
Yeah.
I'd have LeBron run the point.
Yeah. I mean, especially if if that max space ends up going to Kawhi Leonard, then that kind of needs to be the plan anyway.
Yeah.
In general. So, yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens. So, what do you think? But the thing is, like, even if they don't get him, they've lost a lot of good tier 2 level players in free agency by waiting on this. About waiting on what's Kawhi Leonard to sign,
Yeah.
Like, you lost out on a lot of tier 2 guys that could have been around. That you could have had you probably could have had Rubio, which, I mean, it's not a great player, but that's somebody that can run point consistently.
And we need to put in we really need to put in the whole grand scheme of things, the factor that they don't have any draft picks they can trade either. If they're just trying to shop around like, who are they? It's not like they can make any more trades. They're pretty much done with that. They pretty much just have to rely on free agent signing. Right.
They're looking. D'Angelo Russell's gonna be an option. He left. Matthews, Kevin Looney got signed. There's a lot of guys that got signed that they could have used just because they people on the team at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just need bodies on the team.
Yeah.
So What are your thoughts on what Kawhi Leonard's free agency? And I want to give you my Kawhi Leonard theory because a report came out today that Kawhi Leonard's camp has warned everyone that they want no leaks about this situation. They have told all involved teams that no leaks need to be coming out. And I have a theory, and I want to get into it after you give your thoughts.
I mean, I really don't have much to say except for I have no idea where that guy is going to go. I think this decision would have already been announced and it would have already been made if when he called up KD and said, hey, let's go to the Clippers, if KD would have said yes, then boom, would have been a done deal. And we both can agree that's what we were here for. LA versus LA, KD and Kawhi versus AD and LeBron. That would have been yeah, it would have been amazing. But we're not going to get that. And so 100%. I just don't – I really don't know. I don't know where he's going to go. I'm leaning to the Clippers. But all I can say is if he goes to the Lakers, I'm not watching basketball this year. I mean, there's really no point. And I know I'm going to be that guy, and I'm going to sound like a whiny little you-know-what. But, I mean, me and Stephen A. will go kick it and go watch hockey or something like during the basketball season because that's ridiculous. Like, I get it. Everybody saw, like, Kevin Durant going, to the Warriors with Clay and Steph, and they're like, oh, they already got, like, 2 top 5. Okay, let's put it into real perspective, though. Clay and Steph Curry aren't legitimately top 5 players in the league. AD and LeBron James are – okay,
no,
I would put Steph top 5.
Stop. Okay, I just need you to check that. I need you to check that part. The Clay part, I understand. The Steph part, yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll put Steph in there. But let's think about it, though. We put Steph in the top 5 category just because of his scoring ability. The dude is, what, 6'2"? Yeah, okay, 2 MVPs, whatever. But a bunch of
I understand. I understand what you're saying, though. Like,
argue.
It's not an overwhelming – like, his talent is not like –
it's not an overwhelming talent to where the dude's just like a full 5-star, all-American, all-star on defense and offense.
Right.
You will now be putting together 3 for sure top 5 offensive and defensive players on the same team, on the same roster, same starting lineup. No. I mean, screw that, dude. And I mean, Kawhi would be the shortest one at what, 6'8", 6'7"? Like, honestly, I'm getting mad just talking about it. Like,
the only thing with the Lakers for me, with him on the Lakers, is the fact I'd like to see how they fill the rest of that roster out, for one, and 2, I want to see how that team plays together because that's a lot of dudes that need the ball.
Bro, to be honest,
the most underrated thing about the Warriors is the fact that those pieces fit together perfectly, and they just added another person. They added another lethal scorer, like the most lethal scorer in the history of the game with Kevin Durant. But those pieces all fit really perfectly together. This is kind of a mismatch of just ridiculously talented players, which I'm not against. I get it. Like, you get the talent, and then you figure it out on the way. It makes total sense to me. But I would be fascinated with seeing how they figure that out.
But the thing is, like, all 3 of those dudes, like, okay, let's say, for instance, right now, we just said the Lakers don't have a solid point guard.
Right.
Any 3 of those dudes could run the point guard realistically. And that's what's crazy about it. Like,
AD was a point guard before his growth spurt. So
yeah, exactly. So I mean, to me, it's crazy. Like, they could literally say they can't even fill out a 10, 11-man roster. They could do, you know what? We're just going to have 7 guys on the roster, and we're only going to start 4. And we'll just play like a box zone. And then we'll just sit the other 3 guys on the bench for breathers. That's it. Like, they could literally run 4 people out there, and they'd be straight against like 90% of the league.
It would be nonsense. It would be wild. So, in terms of, I want you to rank Raptors, Lakers, Clippers. The Clippers are last. I mean, the Lakers are last, of course, on your rankings. So would you want the Raptors to be second or the Clippers to be first? Or would you have it tied? Now, with the news that KD is in Brooklyn, like, how would you want it?
I would want Kawhi to go back to the Raptors. Because I don't think – because that would be another team. That would just make the East a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. I don't know exactly how successful Kawhi and the Clippers would be, even though – everybody has really just taken this whole narrative of Kawhi being legit, which he is. He's legit. Like he's easily top 3, could be number 1 best player in the league right now. But homie isn't like that good to where he could just take a subpar Clippers team and be AD, LeBron and all these other teams.
I'm with you, and the fact that like I feel like the Raptors team got a lot of those guys got thrown to the wayside a little bit, but that team was a legitimate Eastern Conference threat before they subbed out DeMar DeRozan and got Kawhi Leonard, which minimized their issues a lot. And they added Marc Gasol, which can't be understated. Like they made a lot of good moves as a team, as a team and as a whole. Like they made a lot of good moves in general. And I feel like people kind of threw that to the side just because they won that championship and they gave Kawhi all the credit for it. Like, nah, that team was built and they added a top 5 talent in the league. Like you just didn't need him taking over the top. But I don't think the Clippers have that level of talent. Like I think they're a decent team, but I don't see them run through the West with Kawhi. I just don't. I'm with you on that.
No, they don't. And I think one of the most underrated aspects on that team and moves that they made is that Marc Gasol move. Like Marc Gasol, good God, like that was a good pickup for Toronto. Like Marc Gasol really like he just took over like some games. Doesn't have to score a lot of points, but just what he does on defense,
his presence,
and offense, his presence. I mean, Marc Gasol was really good pickup, and that's it. I mean, he'll just be way more successful if he stayed with the Raptors.
I tend to agree. I agree with you on that. Him and Patrick Beverley bothering people on defense does sound terrifying, but like Toronto,
that would be.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather him be in Toronto as well. So are you ready for my theory? Not Kawhi Leonard theory. All right. So this report came out. This is what I think is going to happen. Right. This report came out today that teams, Adrian Wojnarowski put it out that teams are warned that any leaks could cost them. Basically, the teams have been told this. If information on your presentation gets out, you're really imperiling your chance of signing Kawhi. So everybody needs to keep this really quiet, right? Okay. Are you familiar with the show Game of Thrones, Levi?
Dude, I love Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Do you? I didn't know that.
Dude, okay. we've had Game of Thrones discussions.
Have we?
Text.
Bro, yeah. I be tripping.
Bro, yeah, you really are tripping, man. Like, so, I'm pretty sure I text you after every episode of this last season.
I apologize. I tried to erase this last season from my memory because it annoyed me so much.
But yeah, I know you're Team Daenerys.
I was, and I don't want to get in. I'm gonna get into this for a second.
That's another podcast right there.
Mad Queen. It was the fact that the way they did it was terrible, and everything felt rushed. Like if you don't rush the season, don't make the season feel rushed. The season felt terribly rushed this year. That was all.
Oh yeah, I completely agree.
Like the first 4 episodes, honestly, I was fine for like the first 5 episodes. Then the last 3 came. Like this isn't. Y'all lost me here.
There's only 6 episodes.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. The first 3 were good. Like. I was even good with the Night King episode. I'm like, I mean, they ended it, but whatever. But after that, I'm like, okay, now we're just doing stuff. Like when they killed a dragon for no reason other than just you wouldn't have 3 dragons or 2 dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay, now we're just
you knew that was gonna happen. I had a
dragon, and then the next episode they can't hit a dragon at all. They don't even see the dragon coming. Then she burns all the ships. Okay.
Can I intersect right here? I just want to say, you know why they had to kill the 3 dragons? Because it would have been unfair. And you know who else would have 3 dragons? It's the Lakers. If Kawhi goes there, that would be 3 dragons right there.
Once you said it would have been unfair, I know where this is going.
But you can't have 3 dragons on one team. You can't do it. That's why Kawhi has to stay up in the north and be the Night King.
The north. So before
the king of the north.
Why I would not leave Toronto if I was Kawhi. I want to give my theory on this whole no leak thing. So you remember when Tyrion Lannister set up a bunch of fake leaks to see who was telling information, who was giving information?
Yeah.
Thursday? So I think Kawhi and his camp are going to get fake information and see which camp leaks it. And then he's not going to go there. That's what I think is going to happen.
I like that.
You know my money on? You know my money's on for doing that? The Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
They don't keep anything private. Nothing stays private with the Lakers. They're going to screw somebody's going to screw this up in the office somewhere.
Hey, what if it's you know who I could see the one screwing it up to?
Who's that?
I could see Magic Johnson getting even more involved, and he comes out. He's like, I did it, guys. F that Plinka dude. I got Kawhi here. He told me last night, straight up in my house. He's come to the Lakers. Bang.
He just posts backstabbers.
Exactly. And then as Magic Johnson's on ESPN saying that, you see coming across the bottom line of ESPN, Kawhi Leonard camp has just informed the Lakers he will no longer be signing there.
That's what I think's gonna happen here. That's what I think happens here. Kawhi's
I'm here for that.
Come out and he's all of a sudden not gonna go to that team. That's what I see happen. And whatever franchise it is, boy, their fan base is gonna kill them. Their fan base is going to put their bonds on them. And my vote is for that happens to the Lakers. That's what I think is going down here.
Dude, I love that theory. I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Kawhi is Tyrion Lannister, confirmed, and possibly a dragon if he goes.
and possibly the Night King. And
so here's my thing about Kawhi Leonard, bro. I am king of Toronto. Like I am the king of I'm the king of Canada. I'm the king of a country.
Wait. Yeah. Are you sure? Like,
yes.
What? So he overshadows Drake?
Yes. Because Drake would let him be the king of the country.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But Drake would say
Canadian rankings go like right now. Canadian rankings go Drake, Trudeau, and Kawhi. Like that's the top three.
Nah, I think we got it wrong though because Drake, he's already said it. He's not a king. He's a sixth god. So it'd be Drake, sixth god.
Yeah, he's just Toronto. Yeah, Drake's kingdom is kind of just Toronto. You know, like he's kind of runs the Toronto area. That's what he runs.
That's true.
Kawhi kind of runs Canada.
That's true.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
But Kawhi's kind of just the Canadian legend. So it's like Trudeau and then Kawhi for Canada. But culture influences Drake. He's like the culture influencer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's the not sneaky Littlefinger of the group.
Yeah.
Like Littlefinger was just a good guy. That's Drake, basically. Right?
Hey, I like Littlefinger though.
Littlefinger, yeah. I like when he got killed. That was cool. Like, yeah, get him out of here. Don't turn the sisters against each other. What's wrong with you, boy? This is Starks, boy. What's wrong with you? Starks stick together.
Yep.
But yeah, so I mean, but basically, bruh, I can go anywhere and eat in Toronto if I want to for free. I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am the man in Toronto. I brought them their first championship ever. If you go to the Lakers, you're just continuing their legacy of championships. If you go to the Clippers, you might win a championship, but you're still in LA and people don't care that much. They just don't.
Yeah.
Because you're with the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it was. In Toronto, you brought them their first title ever. You can be the star that stayed. Everyone else left. Vince Carter left. Tracy McGrady left. Chris Bosh left. DeMar DeRozan kind of left.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, like they love DeMar, but they'll love you. You stole the city from DeMar DeRozan in a year. They watched DeMar DeRozan grow him up from 19. They drafted him. He was theirs, and you made them forget about him in a year.
Yep.
I couldn't leave. A billionaire offered you his penthouse. His $2-point-some million penthouse for free just to stay there. You ain't got to worry about Canadian taxes. I would never leave Toronto. I would retire in Toronto, bro. Like I would retire.
But it's.
I would have my summer home.
Thomas.
I would have my winter home in LA. Go back home for the winter when I retire. Hang out in the city with my peoples. And then when that Mayweather hits, whenever it gets decently warm in Toronto, I'm back, and I am the king. Because this is my play. His nickname is King of the North, bro. Because they're in the North and he's the king. Like you have a Game of Thrones nickname already.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get a statue. You're gonna get a statue there. Like I don't know. Maybe this is all ego driven, but I couldn't leave that. I just couldn't do it. I really couldn't.
I don't know. I mean, I just think the thing is that which none of us know what Kawhi's thinking and what his motives are behind.
That's an underrated thing about this is like the reason people can't predict what Kawhi's going to do is because it's Kawhi.
Dude, this is what makes like Kawhi so great though. Is
Bro,
that
I just found out that he has a kid.
Oh, you just found that out today?
Yes, you know I found out.
How?
I listened to the Athletic and the Athletic back podcast, and dude was like, "Bro, we don't know nothing about Kawhi. Like I just found out he had a kid today. I found out that dude was telling me he found out. That's how I found out about it."
I found out while I was watching like one of the finals games, and I was like, I'm gonna see if I can learn more about Kawhi through the internet. So I just got on Google and typed in Kawhi, and that was like one of the few bits of information that I learned is that he has a kid, and he's not. And bro, it's from the same chick he's been dating since like college. They've been together for a while, not even married or engaged.
Really?
Kawhi out here is savage.
Bro, they're probably married. They're just like
I guess she didn't take his last name though, so
it's so under wraps that he'll never tell us.
Maybe.
Like that's how Kawhi moves. Or it could be what you said. He might be out here just, you know.
He's savage. He's scheming out here.
But yeah, this thing, like we literally know nothing about Kawhi Leonard, other than the fact that I think he's actually a funny dude, but I think all his humor is unintentional. Like it's total unintentional humor. You know, it was his press conference when they were like, were you fine with who they had the ball in their hands? They'd be like, nah, I wish the ball was in our hands. Like he just takes everything literal. Like what are you expecting this game?
Yeah, he does.
I know we haven't been out there yet. Like,
yeah,
I'm into this Kawhi Leonard thing. I'm very excited. Hopefully, we'll have a decision tonight or tomorrow. If so, you want to do an emergency pod?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
If he goes to the Lakers, I just want your rant because I feel like it'll equal my Charlotte rant.
Good God,
you're gonna lose your mind.
Who's
gonna be more upset? Really you or Stephen? Are you gonna be more upset than Stephen A. with the Knicks creating losses?
Nah, nothing will top Stephen A.'s.
This week,
New York Knicks.
This week for Stephen A. has just been a masterpiece. I keep saying it, bro. Bayless leaving made Stephen A. thrive in a way that we didn't, and people didn't see coming. Like Stephen A. really grew into another form when Skip left, and he had
his whole demeanor, body language, facial expression. When Max gave him that Julius Randle
jersey with Julius Randle's name on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
it was perfect.
Oh man, that was beautiful. It was
I've already cried and thrown up.
That 7-minute compilation of him and Knicks rants over the years of like the past, it was like just 2 years, were amazing. I'll never get the Kristaps draft night. That's my favorite. Kristaps draft night was my favorite.
Oh yes, that was so good. I was on vacation.
Yeah, on vacation and yell about it.
Good Lord, what's crazy is how wrong he was about that.
That's what I was about to say. Like the thing is the reason he was wrong is because he was like, we need somebody that can help Melo now, and Phil Jackson told us this guy's gonna be good in 4 years. And I understood that. That mindset. It's just Kristaps was better than anyone expected him to be that early.
Yeah,
but for the video footage, God, it's hilarious. That video.